Hello everyone, and welcome back to another English listening practice video. Today, I'm going to tell you a story called Lost My Phone. It's an everyday situation that could happen to anyone, and it's full of useful words and expressions you can use in your own conversations. In this story, you will follow me step by step as I describe what happened, how I felt, and what I did to try and find my phone. Listen carefully to the details, because they will help you improve your listening skills, build your vocabulary, and understand English in real-life situations. So, sit back, relax, and get ready to join me on this little adventure. Let's begin. It was a sunny Saturday morning, and I woke up feeling happy and relaxed. I didn't have to go to work or study that day, so I planned to meet a few friends for coffee. I got dressed, grabbed my wallet, and quickly checked my phone before leaving. Everything seemed fine. I put the phone in my pocket and walked to the bus stop. When I got on the bus, I listened to some music and looked out the window. The city was busy. Cars were honking, people were walking fast, and the air smelled like fresh bread from a bakery nearby. I felt calm and didn't think anything unusual would happen. After 20 minutes, the bus stopped near the cafe where I was meeting my friends. I got off, looked around for them, and walked inside. We talked, laughed, and ordered coffee and some snacks. We were so busy chatting that I didn't check my phone for a while. About an hour later, I reached into my pocket to send a quick message, but my phone wasn't there. I checked my other pocket, my jacket, and even my bag. Still nothing. At first I thought maybe I left it at home, but then I remembered clearly using it on the bus. That's when I realized my phone might be gone. My heart started beating faster. I took a deep breath and told my friends, "I think I lost my phone." They immediately looked concerned and asked me when I had last seen it. I explained that I had used it on the bus just before arriving at the cafe. We quickly searched the table, the chairs, and the floor around us. Nothing. I even checked under the table, hoping it had fallen, but there was no sign of it. I started feeling nervous. Losing a phone isn't just about the device. It's also about all the photos, contacts, and important information inside. One of my friends suggested calling my phone to see if someone would answer. So she took out her phone and dialed my number. We all sat quietly, listening for a ring, but there was only silence. After a few seconds, she said, "It's going straight to voicemail." That meant the phone was either switched off or the battery had died. I decided to retrace my steps. I left the cafe and walked quickly back to the bus stop, looking on the ground and checking every corner. On the way, I kept thinking, did I drop it while getting off the bus? Did someone pick it up? My mind was full of questions, and I could feel the stress building. When I reached the bus stop, I saw another bus from the same route. I asked the driver politely, "Excuse me, did anyone find a phone?" He shook his head and said, "Sorry, no one has given me one today." That answer made my heart sink even more. I stood at the bus stop for a moment, feeling lost. The busy street around me seemed louder than before. People were talking, buses were stopping, and cars were passing by, but all I could think about was my missing phone. Then I remembered something. My phone had a location tracking app installed. If it was still turned on, I could check its location from another device. My heart lifted just a little. I quickly walked back to the cafe to borrow my friend's phone. She handed it to me, and I opened the tracking app. I entered my account details carefully, double-checking each letter and number. For a few seconds, the app was loading. My friends leaned closer, watching the screen with me. Finally, a small blue dot appeared on the map. The phone was showing as last seen just 10 minutes ago near the park, which was only a short walk from the cafe. I felt a rush of energy and said, "Let's go." We started walking fast toward the park. The weather was still sunny, but I could feel my palms getting sweaty from the mix of excitement and nervousness. I kept checking the map every few seconds to make sure we were heading in the right direction. When we reached the park entrance, I looked around carefully. There were families having picnics, children playing, and people walking their dogs. Somewhere among them, my phone might be sitting on a bench or in someone's hand. The map showed we were getting closer, only about 50 meters away. At that moment, I didn't know if I was about to find my phone or be disappointed again, but one thing was clear: I was not giving up. We walked deeper into the park, following the map on my friend's phone. The blue dot was moving slightly, which made me wonder, was someone carrying my phone right now? My heart beat faster. I looked around at every person nearby, trying not to stare too obviously. Finally, the map showed that we were only a few steps away. I spotted a green wooden bench near the fountain. An older man was sitting there feeding some pigeons. Next to him, on the bench, I saw something that made my eyes widen. It looked like a phone. I walked closer, trying to see if it was really mine. As I got near, I noticed the familiar black case and the small sticker on the back. It was definitely my phone. I smiled and approached the man politely. "Excuse me, sir. I think that might be my phone. Did you find it here?" The man looked at me kindly and nodded. "Yes, I found it on the bus earlier today. I saw it fall when someone got off, but by the time I picked it up, the bus had already moved. I was going to take it to the Lost and Found later." I thanked him several times, feeling a huge wave of relief. I explained how I had been searching all over for it. He smiled and said, "Well, I'm glad it's back with the right person. Take good care of it." As I walked back to the cafe with my friends, I felt lighter, almost as if the day had just started again. Losing my phone had been stressful, but it also reminded me of something important. There are still good people in the world who will do the right thing. From that day on, I made sure to keep my phone in a safer pocket, and I also added a lock screen message with my contact details, just in case it ever got lost again.